Hello, welcome to 123windelfrei.de, your German attachment parenting blog from Berlin. I'm Nicola Schmidt, and in spring 2009 I've been to the United States and I had so many questions, and I asked them to the experts, the scientists and those people who claim to know, and I want to share their answers with you. Today, Meredith Small, author of Our Babies Ourselves, and this was my question.
So I start out talking about why human babies are born so dependent. The switch to bipedal walking, the change in the human pelvis, later babies' heads get bigger and they have to be born too soon. That's what happens, and so they're neurologically unfinished. So they can't fend for themselves, they have to be carried, they have to be fed. Well, that seems like a very simple system, and you can't have a dependent baby like that without an adult who's a caretaker, who's attuned to those needs. Baby can't feed itself. When it cries, there has to be a caretaker who knows that means I have to feed the baby now. And so the baby itself biologically is quite simple because it knows its own inner balance. It knows when things aren't right, and it lets us know. It cries. Quite simple. Then we have caretakers who respond to those. But what intersects there is that it plays out in very different ways across cultures because culture comes in, and parents do different things around in different cultures. So we've taken what is a quite simple biological system, dependent baby, a caretaker who responds to that, a co-evolved system, and then we've shoved culture in there. And so it comes out differently than you would expect.
Are there biological needs that should be met by the parents regardless of the cultural values?
It's pretty clear that what babies expect is to be carried and fed and really have a very intimate dyad relationship with a caretaker. And that's what they expect. And when they cry is when they're not getting what they expect. So they're evolutionarily designed for a certain kind of contact, and when we in culture decide not to give them that, the result is they cry, and we have crying.
And we have crying.
And we have crying. Babies cry everywhere, but they cry a lot in Western culture.
That was 123windelfrei.de on tour. More questions? Click it again next week.